So God knows a lot has been said about the Thor movies within themselves. Obviously, I think many of us will agree that these are probably the worst movies in the MCU. To me, certainly, I enjoyed the first movie, and I think it's great to what they had to do with a limited budget. Thor Ragnarok, that's a thing. That is a thing that I don't want to talk about. So obviously, when we go to talk about Thor Ragnarok, we saw the seismic shift in the tone and marketing of the movie. Originally started off as this darker logo, much more moody and everything, and the more we see, the brighter and crazier it looks. That of course started with a change of logo to almost, fit into the 80s, but now the aesthetic and what we've seen of how everything's going to look seems to be much more brighter and colorful. And of course, a lot of people are looking at the director, who is known for directing crazy, weird, and comedical things. And recently, the executive producer on the movie had this to say. And this is a direct quote from him. And he says, "It's going to have some of the wildest, craziest, and most amazing action you've ever seen in the MCU." And the director then added this: "I want to take people on an adventure that keeps people laughing along the way, but also have the spectacle." So obviously we know what Ragnarok is. It is a pretty dark time, but it doesn't mean that you can't fit humor in it, and Marvel manages to put a certain amount of humor into pretty much everything they do, which is what makes them appeal to everybody. So this is an interesting thing, and I've seen a lot of people start to kind of turn on this movie already, but I'm just gonna say, can it really be worse than Thor Ragnarok? Even if it's a funnier movie, can it really be worse than the low point of the MCU? I mean, at least they're going to give Thor a unique look that's not seen anywhere else. So far, when you look at Thor, it's the only movie that doesn't have its own, identity. Everything kind of just has this muddy look to it that just doesn't click with anything else. It's by the book, most basic aesthetic. Nothing really takes a big chance. I mean, the Dark Elves looked just kind of generic. Everything was kind of gone, so I don't see why we should turn against this movie for trying to take a different approach that's worked with every other Marvel movie to date. So honestly, I'm excited and I can't wait to see what this Thor movie brings. At best, it's going to be the second best Thor movie, and at worst, it'll be worse than oh god. Imagine if it's worse. Oh, Jesus.